Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. So now we're just a month away from the first presidential debate, August the 23rd. We've also got a possible third indictment looming over the former president. We just learned about that. Do we start to see the race for the White House shift in any real way? For more on the latest, let's welcome in former Pennsylvania Senator and senior Newsmax political contributor Rick Santorum, also a 2012 presidential candidate. Senator, good to see you. Good to have you back.
Good, Rob. Good to be with you again.
What's the latest?
Well, another indictment. How about that? And maybe more to come. We've talked about this repeatedly, Rob, that the more the left goes after Trump, the stronger he gets within his core base of the Republican Party. You've seen it with his fundraising numbers. His grassroots fundraising numbers jumped off the charts when the other indictments came down. My guess is this will be the case, and maybe even particularly because it's related to January 6th. Having said that, I've also talked about potentially the long-term problem that this has for Trump with particularly independent voters in a general election. And this, I think, is potentially the most dangerous area. Again, I haven't seen the indictment, don't know what they're going to say, don't know how ridiculous the charges may be. And if the charges are like Alvin Bragg's charges in New York, which are just, sort of off the wall and blatantly political, then I think, that could actually help Trump, maybe even among moderates. But depending on what the charges are, this could be damaging to him in the general election because, again, sort of the tying him to the riots or gathering at the Capitol on January 6th is not a positive thing for Donald Trump. It was not a good thing for his presidency. It was not a good thing for his image among other than the base Republicans, and that could be a problem for him in the general.
Yeah, worst day of his presidency. I think you could make that argument, but I don't know if you can directly. The House tried to do this when they impeached him. I don't know if you can draw a straight line to what happened and Donald Trump. That legally seems murky to me.
I agree. Again, I always wait until you see what.
Yeah, let's see what unfolds here. I do find the timing fascinating, Senator. This happened June 9th with the Mar-a-Lago documents. We've got whistleblowers testifying on Capitol Hill before the Oversight Committee, and wouldn't you know it, another pesky Trump indictment comes down, and it's happening again this week. And we've got two whistleblowers about to testify in a couple hours on Capitol Hill. What do you make of the timing?
One of the things I don't want to read too much into that, only because prosecutors generally, walk through these cases
But these prosecutors, it just seems darn political, doesn't it?
They are, but if you look on Capitol Hill, there's sort of plenty going on there when it comes to Trump and what the sort of the dynamic around Trump. The one thing you can always count on Trump is he's always in the news, and
yes.
So to say, well, there was news about Trump going on or Biden going on. There's always news about Trump and Biden going on. So I don't pay much attention to that. I just think the reality is that they're bringing charges. I look at it, and as you said, it's hard to not only is it hard to draw a straight line, it's hard to look at what Trump said and say that it's any different in kind than any other political speech in the verbiage he uses.
Good point.
And this is verbiage that is used by I've used. We got to fight, we got to take them on, we got to stop them. This is typical political. You can say puffery or verbiage. But it certainly isn't inciting to violence. And that's where I think, again, looking at the charges, maybe the best thing Trump has going for him is that they don't really have a solid case.
Senator, quickly, we spend so much time talking about Donald Trump. We rarely talk about Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden yesterday with the Israeli president in the White House. Just take a look at this, and then I want to get your reaction.
We opened up an airspace for Israel and over Saudi Arabia and Oman after I had a little visit there. And we brought Israelis and Palestinians together at a political level and Aqaba and as well as Shram.
What is he literally looks like he's dozing off.
He looks like he's falling asleep. You and I have talked about this, Rob. We'll continue to talk about it. I just can't imagine that this man is going to make it to the general election. And I don't mean he's going to die. I'm just saying that I think he's dying politically right now. And performances like this,
Clearly,
what happened over in Europe, this is not going to help him within the Democratic donor base and base.
I agree with you, Senator. We'll leave it there. Enjoyed speaking with you, Senator Rick Santorum, joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.